Okay, let's unpack this. We're diving deep into the latest big screen splash from a certain aquatic hero, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom.
Mhm.
Our mission today really is to cut through the waves, get to the core of the storyline, straight from the source material you provided,
Yeah.
and kind of see how even a king ends up juggling these huge responsibilities with, well, diaper duty.
It's actually pretty fascinating how the story kicks off, right?
Yeah,
It grounds this larger-than-life hero almost
that's
immediately.
slowly.
Arthur Curry, he's not just the King of Atlantis anymore. The sources show him really struggling with the day-to-day grind of being king. It's tedious.
Like actual paperwork for the King of the Seas.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Bureaucracy. And he's a new dad, too, Mera to Arthur Jr., so he's torn,
Right.
protecting the surface world, which he prefers, versus ruling Atlantis.
Right.
This personal struggle, it really sets the stage for this much bigger ancient threat that emerges.
Okay, so while Arthur's kind of bogged down in royal admin and maybe feeling a bit bored, his old nemesis, Black Manta, he's not bored. He's still laser focused on revenge. And he finds something, doesn't he? The Black Trident.
Exactly. And this is where it gets really interesting, connecting to the bigger picture. The Black Trident isn't just some, powerful spear.
Okay.
Your sources are clear. It actually houses the spirit of Kordax.
Kordax, King Atlan's brother, the tyrant.
The very one. Atlantis' dark history, basically. And Kordax starts corrupting Black Manta, feeding him dark magic, pushing him towards one goal: destroy Aquaman, destroy Atlantis.
Wow.
This influence ramps Manta up into this, globally destructive force. He starts messing with the world's climate, threatening whole ecosystems.
So it escalates fast. Arthur must realize pretty quickly he can't handle this version of Manta on his own. The Trident's too much.
Way too much. So, yeah, he has to make a really tough call. He needs help from the one person who probably knows more about Atlantis' murky past and ancient secrets than even he does.
His brother,
Orm.
who's locked up.
His imprisoned half-brother Orm.
Yeah, that must have been quite the decision, breaking out your arch-enemy brother for help.
Well, it raises that classic question, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What forces enemies to actually team up?
Right, shared threat.
Usually.
Yeah.
Arthur busts Orm out of this desert prison. And I mean, the hostility at first, you could cut it with a knife.
I bet.
But they manage this uneasy alliance. Their quest leads them to the Lost Kingdoms, specifically Necris, Kordax's old kingdom.
Necros. Wasn't that supposed to be just a myth?
Apparently not.
Yeah.
It's real, and it's frozen in ice. And it's there on this seriously dangerous trip that they piece together the whole Kordax story.
Okay.
The blood pact he made with the Trident, how it made him almost immortal, how his power was tied to, planetary destruction.
Chilling.
And the punchline: the only way to really stop Kordax for good and free Manta is to destroy the Black Trident itself.
So their mission is suddenly twofold. Find Necris, survive it, and figure out how to break an ancient, cursed superweapon, all while dealing with their own complicated family dynamic.
Exactly. They're navigating these incredibly hostile places, fighting new creatures, and working through their whole brother thing.
And Orm, despite probably hating every second of it, he turns out to be useful.
Invaluable, actually. His knowledge of Atlantean history, his combat skills, Arthur really couldn't do it without him. It sort of proves the strength you can find in, unlikely places.
Was it a gamble Arthur knew would pay off, or just pure desperation?
The sources suggest it was necessary, a calculated risk born out of having no other choice, really. And shared blood probably played a part.
Gotcha. So the big showdown happens in Necris.
It does. The climax unfolds there. Black Manta, now basically just a puppet for Kordax's spirit, goes all out. He's trying to trigger this massive ecological disaster.
A new ice age, basically.
Yeah. So Arthur and Orm, they face him in this absolutely brutal final battle. And it's their combined effort powers, knowledge, that sort of reluctant brotherly teamwork that lets them figure out the Trident's weakness. They manage to shatter it.
In Kordax.
Banished. His spirit is gone, back where it belongs. And Black Manta is finally free from his control, though, still Black Manta.
Right, right. So the world is saved. Again, but things have shifted, haven't they? For Arthur, especially.
Definitely. He seems to really step into his role as king afterwards. He gets the responsibility now, maybe appreciates the tedious parts a bit more.
Oh, maybe.
And crucially, he understands the importance of family, even the messy parts.
And what about Orm? Does he just go back to jail?
Well, he helps save Atlantis, big time. So he gets a, let's say, less harsh sentence, maybe exile, maybe just lighter imprisonment. It hints he might be back, maybe not purely as a villain next time.
Interesting.
So yeah, the whole thing wraps up with Aquaman fully embracing who he is, protector of both land and sea, understanding his strength isn't just raw power, but his connections, family, heritage, community.
So when you really look at it, based on your sources, this isn't just a superhero punch-up.
Not at all.
It's digging into things like inherited trauma, right? Kordax's ancient evil echoing through the Trident, messing up Black Manta.
Precisely. And how you have to actively confront these family legacies, even the really toxic ones. You can't just ignore them.
Yeah, it really shows you that sometimes the biggest threats aren't the ones right in front of you, but those echoes from the past. And you need to heal old wounds, even between brothers, to face the future. Makes you think, doesn't it?